Hello and welcome to the Build with Bear Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit. I'm also here to hang out with all of you. And I'm going to start things off by throwing the Bearcade, the Lego, the site, the tier 2 blue emote in chat. If you are currently a subscriber to the Build with Bear Workshop, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not yet a subscriber, you can say hi. You can use other people's emotes. If you feel like being a lurker, you can go ahead and lurk. That's also okay. Lashbrook is here. Hello, Lashbrook. Happy to have you here. It is a Saturday evening, and the agenda is to continue working on the Dragon Gundam. You can see, got the Dragon Gundam here. We have built the head, the chest, the arms, and the legs. We need to build the waist and the backpack, which is also the cockpit, the little flyer. Got to build that as well. And then we got to put it all together to finish it off with all of the cool effect parts, or as they are known in the biz, the gimmicks. Got to get the gimmicks going for all that as well. Some weapon stuff. I don't think we'll finish this kit tonight. Orcrash says, hey, Pat, is this kit ready to form Voltron? No, Lashbrook, but it is going to do the Megazord. We're going to get the advanced Megazord going. Now, it does have a little bit of Voltron vibes and a little bit of Power Ranger vibes, which I like about it. I don't think we're going to finish this kit tonight, but I do think we'll definitely finish it up on Monday. I know what we're building next. It was a thing bought off my Amazon wish list, so I'm excited to work on the Schwartz Ritter, the Black Knight kit. That should be pretty quick. I mean, it's going to take a little while to build it, but it won't take long to panel line it because it's mostly black. It's like gold on black, so there won't be a lot of lining on that kit. But that's the next thing. That's not this build. That's the next build. Let's go to the overhead camera. Boop. Overhead camera. Here we go. Here is our Gundam, and the top and parts of the bottom, and then we will have to get in to finish the bottom here. Do want to just quickly hit the eraser. Can I get in on there? The lines aren't that clean on this, so I'm trying to clean up those lines a little bit. That's better. It's not great, but that's better. But yeah, we'll get into the building portion. We'll put this over here and start working on the waist so we can body complete this kit, which will be nice. And then we got, there's also a stand that we have to build. This kit does have its own stand, so we'll have to build that. We can get into that. All right, now. It's a Saturday. I recorded a video today. The next episode of Pat Baer's Wrestling Club will go live on Monday. That's right, my 4th episode. I think monthly is probably the way I'm going to go with this. Monthly at the most. This will be the second part of the video that I started making the previous episode 3, which was me making a list of every AEW wrestler who had won a world championship in their division, be it tag, trios, or singles, men and women, folks. And then the idea was that I made a list of all those that hadn't done it in another major company like TNA, the WWE / NXT, Stardom, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, DDT, like a bunch of places, New Japan, all those places. And so I made the list and kind of talked about the list and how I arrived at the list. And then the idea was that the next video I did was going to be me ranking them. So I made a tier maker list that required getting a bunch of photos and putting that together. And the tier maker list is available for other people that want to go and look at it later. All right, so it's got to go like this. And so I did that. I made that video. That took a while. It's a long video. It is now, I've only made 4 of these, but it is now the longest episode of Pat Baer's Wrestling Club. But it was a topic I wanted to talk about, so I was happy to do that. Some of these instructions are a little hard to read because they're a little dark. Okay, so that goes like that. All right, figured that out. Sorry. A111. Yeah, we'll need a few more A1s here, so we'll get that going. Get this piece on. Speaking of talking, great transition, Pat. You nailed it. Thanks, Pat. You're always so supportive. Speaking of that, let's see. So This is the wrong piece. I got distracted and got out the wrong piece. Yes, thank you, Lord Crashington. I am going to be doing a collab next month. I'm not going to give too many details about it. It will not be a stream together. I will be joining a friend's stream and streaming on their channel, and it will be while I normally stream. So it will be I'll tell you, it's a Thursday. So there'll be a Thursday coming up, not this next Thursday, but there'll be a Thursday coming up while I'll be a guest on someone else's channel. And unfortunately, it is not possible to these days. Wait. Oh, okay. There it is. It is not possible to host anymore, but I will make sure that I do my best to make sure that everybody knows. And I'll probably also make the title. If people come to my channel, it'll say "Hey, go check out this channel to watch me on there." But yeah, I'm going to join a friend. It'll be a Thursday next month, which should be a good time. So I hope people will come out for that. But I'm excited. We're going to talk about anime. It's going to be a good time. I said last year, I literally said 2024. My goal in 2024 was to do collabs because I haven't really done collabs. I wanted to have guests on here more, and I wanted to do other people's streams. And then I just didn't do that at all. I just did not. I wanted to do more other people's streams and join them. And I wanted to do podcasts. And I did not do those things. Did not go on anyone else's streams. Did not do any podcasts last year. So this year, in March, making it happen in March, I will be a guest on a friend's stream, and we will chat about anime, and it'll be a good time because we've wanted to collab for a bit, so this will be a good opportunity to do so. I could separate these two, but you don't have to, and I have decided I'm not going to separate them. I hope that will add a little bit of rigidity to the build. We will panel line this, of course, once this thing is built, but we don't have to worry about that yet. So how do they want us to do this? There's instruction here. So we want to put this like this and then fold it down. Great. Easy. Love it. And then that goes in like that. So yeah, I'm excited about the opportunity to hopefully have fun. One, have fun with a friend on stream. That sounds really good. Love that. And then two, maybe let a few people know who might not know that I'm doing the cool shit over here, and they should join in on the fun for my nonsense. That would be great. I would like that. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, it's nice having things to look forward to. Recording this episode of Pat Bear's Wrestling Club was the last thing that I needed to record in this room outside of streams, of course. So that means that the set that I had built that I did not use for anything except for that and one episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club, which is live now. You can watch that. That means that I don't need to have those up anymore. So I was able to start putting some stuff away. I will be in this space, streaming in this space on Monday and Tuesday and Thursday of next week. But then by next Saturday, I will be back in... Sorry, I need E211. Next Saturday, I will be back in my bedroom. Because my folks come back on Sunday, and I don't want to finish my Saturday stream and then have to move everything in late on Saturday. So I'm going to do that on Friday and Saturday. I'll just get that moving over. That does mean that I have to get everything set up on Friday and then fine-tuned on Saturday, because I will have a video to record that Saturday. Actually, I'll have at least 2 videos to record, because I'll also have to record March's episodes of Kuma Baer, because I have not recorded any Kuma Baer videos for March. I have all the ones in February done. I did all those in January, and I had gotten slightly motivated. I was slightly motivated to record the March ones, but then I didn't do it because I had recorded so many videos that I was just like, what if I didn't do that? What if I waited? And I didn't, and I wasn't in January recording March videos, but I could do them here. They just wouldn't, they would stand out. And so I'm waiting. But that does mean that Saturday I'm going to have multiple. I'm going to have at least 2 videos, if not more, because I usually do Kuma Baer. I usually do Kuma Baer in batches, so it's tough making little videos for people to enjoy. It's not tough. It's very fun and rewarding. It's nice when people see the videos. I thought it was very funny. There's only one comment on people who watch shorts don't always leave comments, which is fine. But it's less likely because people are watching on their phones and they have to go in and find the place to put comments. So it's less likely people leave comments on shorts. They mostly just scroll to the next thing or whatever. But somebody did leave a comment about the video that I made this past Thursday about Comey can't communicate, being like, I stopped watching this after season 2. And I was like, there's only been 2 seasons. There's only 2 seasons. Maybe you met before season 2, but I thought that was very funny that they were like, oh yeah, I didn't finish this. It's like, I think you might have. You might have finished it. This waist requires me to use all 3 markers. A very rare body piece of a model kit where I'm using all 3 markers at the same time. Yeah, it definitely doesn't surface as a thing you can do on shorts as much as it does in regular videos. Yeah, because last week, like, I don't know this for sure, but I believe that most people watch shorts on their mobile device, on their phones, on their iPads, whatever. And I don't think as many people do it on a computer. Now, they do surface on people's computers, on desktops, when people are watching videos, that there are shorts that come up because they are trying to push the shorts. But I just think it's not as likely. And so it's not unreasonable that there aren't as many comments as you would like. I did look today to see what my best, or I actually looked yesterday, but whatever. I did look to see what how my videos are doing, what's doing the best for me as far as views go, and also monetization, because that's nice. My shorts are doing well. My numbers of subscribers are increasing this year, which is good, and that's hopefully helping with that. The most money I'm making is on is the short that makes me the most money, which is wild to say, is a clip from last year about WWE 2K24, like a glitch in WWE 2K24. That video has maybe the most money of any of my shorts, which does mean that I should be clipping those videos more often and uploading those videos as shorts. So I will probably do more of that. When there are weird things happening on one of those streams, I will try to clip that because those do well as far as money. But as far as reach goes, my best video of 2024 for reach, 2025 so far for reach is a prank video that I uploaded. It is it is a Japanese prank show where the singer of the theme to Evangelion is pranking people, and that video, a lot of people have watched that video, which is awesome because it's a very funny video, because it's just an older lady, and she's in the broader clip, which I don't have, she's just like not great at her job and sings poorly. She's like a waitress, and then she comes up and she wants to sing a song, and then suddenly she's singing Cruel Angel's Thesis, and it's gorgeous. And there's a guy who's just crying. Multiple people start crying because it's so beautiful and lovely. One guy like, can't believe this. At one point, there is a girl that has this look where you're like, she knows. She realizes, oh, wow. And then in the end, the backup dancers come out dressed like busboys, and they dance with her because that is a element of her live shows as a like, yeah, all right, y'all got pranked. And it's lovely. And that video has done better than anything else that I have put on the internet in 2025 and possibly 2024. That is definitely my most viewed video. And then also the WWE 2K24 and then video of like how to run CPU versus CPU matches in WWE 2K24. Those videos always do well, but they're under a minute, so it's fine. Those are just like, I don't know, it's a cool thing I can do. I don't want to get into the like tips and tricks business because that would require me to play a lot more games, or actually, honestly, what it required me to do is read guides that go up before a game comes out and then pick out the tips from the guides that I think are interesting and then plagiarize the guides and then make videos about that. And I don't fucking want to do that. And then also make those videos as shorts and then also longer form videos and pad them. And I don't want to be that person. So I stick with like, here's a thing that I wish I had struggled with. And then I wish I could find. Folks may remember this. I couldn't figure out how to run in WWE 2K22, the first one that I streamed. I couldn't fucking figure out how to run CPU versus CPU matches. I ended up doing it in, I made like drafts in like a manager mode. That was the only way I could figure out how to do it. And then I would have to draft wrestlers that I wanted and make a card with all of it and then do that. And that was the only way I could run and then spectate the matches. And then eventually someone was just like, oh, you hit this button and you can do it. And I was like, oh, thank fucking God. But yeah, I had to go out of my way to make those first shows happen and do a bunch of dumb bullshit. And then eventually I learned how to do it the proper way. And there was no short video that I could find of someone just explaining it. So now I make those for every game as a public service. I'm not interested in getting into the business of doing that stuff. That's just, stealing people's TikTok footage so that I can talk over it in my own voice and do all that. That's just opening myself up for a bunch of sadness. I'm not interested in that game. All right. Although I do know for a long time, Ben Pack had the most viewed YouTube video of anything done by Giant Bomb. Like the most traffic for a little while was like a early, like, I don't think it was Dota, it was something. I don't remember what it was. But Ben Pack had like an explainer video of like how to do something, and that video did unbelievably well. It like hit all the algorithms. They didn't have to try with that one. For years, that video did well. And I apologize, I don't remember the exact one. All right, so now I got to build the core lander. The core lander is a vehicle that flies into the back of the kit. That is a thing in G Gundam, because remember, our pilots are in a vehicle and then they dock into the back of the Gundam, and then they are standing here in the chest, and then they get on a suit, and then they're controlling the Gundams by moving around. It's just electricity. It's electricity and vibes. But we'll have to build that there. So we need E2 and E1. Some green friends here. But we are body complete on this kit, other than that. So we'll move on, work on that. I got some new stuff to talk in the second hour. I am going to be streaming next Saturday. I am not taking next Saturday off in order to watch... Yes, next Saturday, which is March 1st, I will not be taking the night off in order to watch Elimination Chamber Toronto. I will be streaming instead of that. I will probably watch what happens before that, because I think, what time does it start? Oh, it starts at 7. Sometimes they've been starting at 6, and so, but I'll just watch some of the show, and then I'm not going to miss a stream for that. And then the following week is AEW Revolution, but that's on a Sunday. Fuck yeah, that's on a Sunday, so I don't have to miss a stream to watch that. I have not been watching a lot of WWE lately, but I do like to keep up on the pay-per-views and all that. I am excited. I do like Elimination Chamber as a premise, and we know who's going to be in that. The undercard is Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus are having a tag match against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. That is a good way to get another Canadian on the card. There's a guaranteed Canadian win on the card, unless they have a no contest, but probably. But this is another way to get in. Easy win. Keeps Tiffany from having to defend the belt on a pay-per-view for a little bit, which only can only really help her. So that's probably good. And then also, it'll get a big pop and be nice. Sami Zayn, it is forever feud with Kevin Owens. They have an unsanctioned match, which just means that the WWE cannot be held liable for any damage done to them in that match. That's this whole thing. Like Kevin was probably going to get cheered if he did anything else. So having him have to fight his best friend and best enemy, Sami Zayn, is makes a lot of sense. That's the way they went with it. I think that's a good call. And then there'll probably be one other match. We don't know what it is. I would love it if it was one of the men's tag teams, or the women's tag teams. But it would be nice to have something else on the card. The other matches are the men's elimination chamber. The winner of it will get a shot at Cody Rhodes' belt, and we'll talk a little bit about some other things that are happening there as well. But yeah, it'll be John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth freaking Rollins. One of those men, let me just real quick see. Okay. One of those men will face Cody Rhodes. My guess is it's John Cena. Jonathan Cena, the doctor of thugonomics, John Cena, will face Cody Rhodes, which will be good. That'll be a good main event match. Now, there are reasons why that wouldn't happen. Sorry, let me just... Okay, so this has got to go like this. That goes like that. Sorry. The reason why that might not happen is there's a weird storyline going on right now where on SmackDown last night, The Rock showed up and The Rock was like, Cody, I want you to be my champion. I don't want to match with you. I want you to be my champion. I'll take you to the next level. And it doesn't make much sense. And I think The Rock thought that he was cooking, but he was not cooking. It was a long, rambly promo, and it was not good. I would say don't watch it. But it wasn't good. But there was a lot of it. There was a lot of that promo. It was weird. It was fucking weird. But anyway, it ended with him saying, I want your soul. Which is like, what the fuck? I don't think that means The Rock is going to be... I think The Rock is going to be bothering Cody Rhodes for the rest of the year. I don't think that means The Rock is going to be in a match at WrestleMania. I hope he doesn't. It will be bad if he did. For everybody, including him. Ooh, I got a sticker. We only have so many stickers left. We have 2 stickers left. One is for a weapon, and one is for the cockpit here. We'll get this sticker on. The women's elimination chamber is Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. And the winner faces Rhea Ripley. I feel like Liv Morgan is going to somehow win, and we get Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. I am not super jazzed about that idea. I don't think that's great. I actually would much rather see Alexa Bliss win. I would like to see Bianca Belair, has the women's tag belts, but she's probably going to have some kind of storyline match around WrestleMania. But her winning would be cool because Bianca versus Rhea is fucking dope. That prints money. Bayley would be interesting, but I don't see that happening. I don't see it being Roxanne. I don't see it being Naomi. Naomi and Bianca are both one halves of the tag champions, Naomi took over as tag champ when Jade got injured, attacked, kayfabe assaulted. So it could be we should, have some fallout for that. That's why they're not, defending the belt. That's one of the reasons why they're not defending the belts, but still be cool if we could see that. So I don't know. I don't know how they're going to handle it. I don't know what they're going to do with it. In my opinion, it's probably going to be Liv Morgan, but I want it to be Alexa Bliss. Because I think Alexa Bliss would be more interesting than another Liv Morgan with Raquel Rodriguez out on the outside. And that just does not interest me at all. Okay. But also, the other women's WrestleMania match doesn't interest me either, so it's kind of a bummer because I don't really care about Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton does not make me excited because I think Charlotte's going to win, and that sucks. Don't need her to win. But that is Elimination Chamber. They might add another match again. I'm not going to watch that live, but we'll probably talk about it on Thursday if there's any changes. And then we'll talk about it Monday after I watch it because I do have Peacock. I spend like $1 something a month on Peacock. I have it till, I believe, May, and then I will cancel it, and then they might give me a deal or to spend less on it. And then I might get it again, but I don't know. Eventually, all of the pay-per-views in North America will just go on Netflix, the new ones, I should say. And so then I won't have Peacock anymore. There's like a couple shows my mom likes that are on Peacock, and so I keep it basically for her and for WWE and NXT pay-per-views. But eventually that'll go away. And then I'll have to decide if I want to, Right now, Netflix is a thing that I get seasonally. If there is an anime that I am watching that is on Netflix, like there is this month with Sakamoto, or this season with Sakamoto Days, then I watch it. If there's not an anime or anime that I want to watch, or that I want to watch enough to justify it, then I don't. That's just how that works. Nothing complicated about it. Over on the AEW side, we have Revolution coming up, which is going to be on March 9th. And so that will be a Sunday, which is great, in Los Angeles. And there are 6 matches on the card, but it's an AEW pay-per-view, so there will be like 10. Now, one of these matches has only been announced by a child. A child said that, hey, my dad is wrestling in a match. So that's the only confirmation we have that Big Boom AJ is going to be in a pre-show match for Revolution because his son, Big Justice, one of the Costco guys, said, hey, my dad is wrestling. So that's the only confirmation we have about one match on the card. The other ones have been confirmed. Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher in a steel cage match, which sounds dope as shit. Takeshita versus Kenny Omega, as long as Takeshita beats Orange Cassidy this coming Wednesday, in which case it would be Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy for the International Championship. Takeshita's probably going to win. I mean, it'd be fucking dope as hell if Orange won, but I don't expect him to. I'd like that. I think that would be funny and a weird way to do it. MJF versus Hangman Adam Page at Revolution. I have been enjoying this storyline. Once it moved past old timers being mad at Jeff Jarrett and Dustin Rhodes and settled into Hangman trying to find his humanity again. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. I'm down. So that's a match that I'm looking forward to. Jon Moxley defending the AEW World Championship against Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Cope. And then also scheduled is Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe, defending the AEW TBS Championship. Not all her belts, just the TBS Championship. And then also, spoiler alert for if you're going to watch Collision later, we get on this Collision, which was taped on Wednesday, Toni Storm gets attacked by Mariah May, setting up the rematch for Revolution. So, and I don't know if they're going to keep it on Toni or if they're going to give it back to Mariah, and Toni only won it so that there was something cool that happened at that pay-per-view. And I don't know how they're going to play it, or not pay-per-view, Saturday special, Grand Slam. I don't know how they're going to play it. I really don't. All right, so then this is done, and then we flip up the cockpit, and then we stick the cockpit in there, or we can move this, stick the cockpit in there, and then booyah, we got ourselves a backpack. And then this will go into the back. There. Whoops. There it is. Goes in there. And that goes in there. Hell yeah. Looks awesome. It's a cool looking kit. Just looks rad as hell. And now it will basically stand up or lay down on its own. And it tips a little bit because of the braid. This kit is now body complete. We'll now work on the stand that it comes with and the various effects parts, including the cool backdrop pieces, the cool weapon, the claws, the extendo arms, all of the stuff that's going to go into that. All of the many cool elements of this goddamn thing that just looks so fucking dope. I don't think we're going to finish. We could finish this tonight. I don't know. But we might. We got time on stream. I didn't think we would finish it, but there is a possibility. But right now we're going to work on the stand. Every kit of these premium for this, the Rose and also the Maxter, has come with its own stand in a color representative, a clear stand, which is fucking awesome because it looks so good. These stands are so lovely looking. These are just the regular old bases, but it just, having it be a clear color just makes it look so cool. Really just adds a lot to the presentation. Well, Lord Crashton wants me to dance button, and I will. I will hit that dance button right now. Thank you for using your channel points for the dance button. I appreciate it. What was I going to say? Anything else I was going to say? We'll talk about games the second hour and all that. I guess I could go to the card. I don't know who Big Boom AJ is going to face. I could see it being Max Caster, because Max Caster certainly right now has his open challenge bit where he keeps losing open challenges. Which is a pretty good bit. It's not the best bit in the world, but it's a pretty good bit. I could see that against Big Boom AJ. I could see them doing that. Let's see. Hard to see some of these numbers on here, so my apologies. 18. This is 18. I think Kyle Fletcher should beat Will Ospreay in a steel cage. I think they should keep. I don't think that hurts Will Ospreay, and I think Kyle Fletcher, depending on what they want to do with him, that would be great. Takeshita is going to retain against. Also, if Kyle wins and then Takeshita loses, that can add some stuff there, because I also think that. Look, do I need a mid-card title on Kenny Omega? Not really. Do I want Kenny Omega to have a mid-card title after all of his injury stuff and recovery? and him being like away from the main event, but for a justifiable reason, yeah, I kind of fucking do. Also, I would like Takeshita to be world champion by the end of the year, and so he doesn't need to have a mid-card belt to do that. He also has contracted to work in DDT and New Japan, and so maybe he should just be like taking some time off to go do those things and not worry about being on TV every week dealing with shenanigans. I don't know, but I wouldn't mind Kenny picking up the victory on that match. Yeah. He's got to get that Grand Slam, says Lashbrook. Yeah, I mean, they don't really have one, but yeah, a mid-card belt, tag belt, world title. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate the idea of it. Swerve's got to win a mid-card title then too, because Swerve is 2/3 the way there as well. But yeah, I don't hate that idea, Lord Lashbrook. I don't hate that idea. I love the idea of Hangman Adam Page constantly losing, because I think it builds character for his character. I think it builds growth, and I think it's a cool thing. But I do think he should beat MJF. I think that's a feel-good victory. So he should beat MJF. John Moxley's going to... Oh, God. I hate the Death Riders. I hate the premise of the Death Riders. I hate the execution of the Death Riders. I don't like anything about the Death Riders. Please understand. I do not like the Death Riders. I do not want to care about the Death Riders. I don't want Cope to win the world title. Even if he wins it and immediately has to face Christian, who cashes in his guaranteed match, I do not want it to be fucking Cope. Because I don't want Christian to be the world champion. I don't want it to be Christian. I hate that Christian has it. I hate that I'm constantly worried about that. I just don't want guys who are close to retirement winning the world title in AEW. So as much as I don't like him as a wrestler or as a person, I do think that you need to have Darby Allin beat Jon Moxley. I think that is a definitive victory that needs to happen. And I mean, I honestly, I would not mind Cope losing, but Cope's friends helping to take out the Death Riders, leaving an opportunity for Christian to want to cash in, and then Edge costs him that, and then those groups feud again. Like I don't love that, but I don't hate that, and I think that's better than these teases. So yeah, my pick is Jon Moxley just fucking wins, and I don't care. Mercedes Moné versus Momo Watanabe. Mercedes is going to retain. I don't see someone from another company winning the TBS title off of Mercedes. I think Mercedes wants to have more fun challenges. I could see her dropping some of the other belts she has, but I think she's going to drop the TBS title to... I mean, she should drop it to Willow Nightingale. She might drop it to Megan Bayne. They might be positioning Megan for a TBS, but I feel like they're positioning her for a main show match. So, but I could see them doing that for, like, I mean, to me, it should be Willow. Willow should win the NXT title, or the TBS title, NXT, the TBS title off of Mercedes. But what do I know? Not a hell of a lot, clearly. But yeah, I don't think it's Green Momo. And then again, not on the card yet. I'm going to refresh to see if someone has uploaded it, because let's see. It was added while we were talking. Somebody added it to Wikipedia. Toni Storm defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Mariah May. My prediction is Toni Storm retains, so that we're not hot-shotting the belt on and off just to have a buzz in Australia, because that will look really shitty if they did that. So my hope is they wouldn't do that, and instead they just have Timeless win it, and then Megan Bayne attack Timeless Toni Storm, either on SmackDown, or not SmackDown, what would I say, on Dynamite or on the actual show. But I feel like Toni wins kind of in either the opening match or in the middle as a feel good, because the end of the show is Death Riders just beating everybody up and being really fucking annoying. Ugh, what a fucking miss. One of the biggest misses in, I would say, the only off the top of my head, and I would have to really do some deep research to remember a storyline that I like less than the Death Riders as far as execution, idea and execution. Is there a storyline that I liked less than that? The extension of Adam Cole versus MJF, that really soured me. I did like their tale for a very long time. I think when you have an injury and you are so focused on the story that you've been writing that you don't take off belts from people and have someone else defend it, that just takes away all kinds of credibility. There was just a lot about that story, like, oh, he was the bad guy all this time, and Roderick Strong, everybody was in on it, and they were also this, and all this other stuff, and Wardlow was there, and all this stuff, and it's just like, oh. So that's up there. I would say CM Punk having his world title that he never lost, and calling it the real world title, and defending that real world title, and then having wrestlers want to win that title, is probably the worst, one of, if not the worst storylines they've ever done. And they're not a lot, a lot of the misses are mid-card. Very rarely are the top of the card storylines misses, but that storyline was really shitty and stupid and clearly just for the ego of one man, and I don't need that shit. They didn't need to do that. We didn't need to have to watch it. It was just bad news. All right, so our kid is on a stand, looking fucking rad as hell. I'll tilt on there so you can see. Look at that. Beautiful green here for our kit. You love to see it. And now we got to work on all the effects, or the weapons. We'll do the weapons next, and then we'll do the effects. Oh, they want me to take off the... Remove to your preference. I'm going to leave all this stuff on. So the idea is all of these parts here are the weapons. So you would take these off because all of these become the staves that our character would hold. So you wouldn't want to have the staves there if you were going to hold the staves. So you would have to replace them, which I like the idea of, but I might keep them in. I don't know. I'm going to build them first and then decide if I want to do that. We've got 3 different staves, and then also you can stick the staff in the stand, which is very fun. All right, as I figure out which staff I want to build, let's talk a little gaming news here. There's a new studio out there, another studio in Cyprus. Studio 42, all one word, is a bunch of people that co-founded, or a bunch of people from the studio Belka Games have left to found a new studio. This is just like a nice little bit of news. Apparently they founded last year, but they're like, okay, well, now we're all in the company together, and it's coming up. It looks like puzzle games for the mobile market. So who knows? I may never see any of these games, but I don't know. I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. It's nice to hear about new game studios coming up. It's just good. It's good to hear it. All right, so I can make 3 polls here, and then we can choose which polls we want to have doing their thing, because there's different kinds here. Look in there. Other gaming stuff here, not a lot, because Saturday is usually just like anything that came out late on Friday, and then anything that I didn't talk about on Thursday is usually the Saturday gaming news. Marvel Rivals says that there's a PC plugin is cheating software and bans it. And NetEase is like, hey, please don't use unofficial add-ons and plugins. So they had to balance tweaks and stuff, and then also they were like, hey, they were like, let's see, there is a they posted about Blitz, which is a third-party overlay plugin that provides extra information that is not available to everybody, that is just, data mining some information. And it does give you an advantage if you're, over people that aren't using it. And apparently they decided, after recently taking significant measures regarding the use of third-party plugins, specifically Blitz, be sure to check out full announcement. Maintain fairness in our games is a responsibility we all share. Wishing you epic adventures. Blah, blah, blah. So basically, they consider it to be cheating, and now they've banned its use. And of course, some people are pissed as hell about the ability. They cannot use their thing that they do not consider to be cheating, and they don't get to use it anymore. And so they are, of course, unhappy with that news. That news does not find them well. We deemed this program as cheating software, and we no longer allow it during gameplay. But they said, hey, we're not going to punish people that used it in the past, which is nice, I guess. But as long as they don't keep using it. So it's not past stuff. They're not going to go after people that used to use it. They've said going forward, you can't. And then the people that make Blitz have said they are temporarily pausing all of their Marvel Rival overlays, and they are working on ways to come back stronger, which I don't necessarily know that they are, but maybe they are. Maybe they are trying to work on ways to come back, but that seems unlikely. This doesn't fit in well. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Yeah. All right, I'm not going to use that one. I don't like how that one looked. A113 and F1. Oh, this one. I love this effect part. This effect part is this will probably be the one we go with because this effect part looks cool. There is another effect part that also looks cool. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll dual wield poles. We'll have the dual wielding. We'll do that. We'll put 2 hands on here and have it dual wield. That does sound maybe like something I want to do. Now that I think about it, that could be pretty cool. Let's see. Let's look at it. We'll look at it and then we'll decide. And that. And like that. Okay. That looks pretty cool. And that goes in like this. That does look pretty neat. I don't know. And then last bit of news here. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are available for free on mobile. If you have Android, your Android smartphone, you can download Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 on there. And then also Google phone, your Android phone, will tell you, hey, this seems to be bad. And you have to say, it's not. Just fucking relax. Relax, my dudes. Everything's okay. Yeah, you basically just have to be like, nah, it's cool. We're good. 114. Which I think is kind of funny that you have to be like, no, everything's all right. Epic Game Store is giving away both on the mobile store as part of it. Part of it's saying free games. Obviously they do that at the desktop version, and now they're starting to do that on the regular version. I thought that was kind of neat. Wait, is this a double flag? Turn that out. So let's see. Put it like that. It was saying you could use this one or that one. Okay. And then I need C9. C1. 9. There it is. Okay, great. Okay. Oh, and then also I can get out this piece here, which is the end of the tail, and I don't know, or the neck thing, and I don't know why I didn't do that when I built the rest of it, but I didn't. I think because they're like, you don't have to put this on if you don't want to, which is fine. I do want to, so I will panel line in and put it on. And I gotta switch the hands out so I can hold these. Or hold at least one of them. We'll do that. Clean it up. And then we'll put that on the end of the tail here. That's neat, like that. And then this, can panel line these. Oh, and then we got the flag here. I would say I like the one with the effects part better than the one without the effects part, but I don't hate it. I wonder. Okay, so those will fit in there, but we can also put them through the hands. So you can put them here if you want to do this, which is kind of neat. Or you can have them hold it. And I think I want to say I would want them to hold it. We also can panel on here before we take our pause for the cause, which we will in a bit. But yeah, I don't have an Android phone, so that information doesn't really affect me, but maybe it'll affect you. Maybe you didn't know that you can side load some stuff from the Epic Game Store on your Google phone. If you wanted to. This does look like the Green Ranger's Gundam. Yes, I mean, at a certain point, this does... I don't know if it predates it. This is the early 90s. Both of them are the early 90s, so I think this might predate that. But obviously, there's the dragon iconography is very popular. They're both of them, both the Super Sentai that did the Dragon Zord and also this are, you know, aping from the same shit. They are borrowing from the same stuff. And also neither of those is the first, mecha dragon by far. But yeah, they're taken from the same historical fiction stuff. Let's see. I watched the newest episode of Solo Leveling today, and that fucking whipped ass. I am wondering, as we get into this next arc here, or the continuation of the arc, Hey, Harold, thank you for the raid. Welcome. Harold wants me to hit the yeah button, and I will. Thank you for using your channel points for this sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy to have you here. Thank you very much, Harold. Yep, that was for the yeah, which we got the yeah. Thank you very much. Say, oh yeah. I'm wondering. I can't wait for the next episode to see, or the next couple episodes to see, if. So here's the thing. You know how if you're watching some Japanese anime and it's like a conflict, there's a global conflict that's happening and there's various people from various countries. Generally, in Japanese manga and light novels and anime, America is the baddies and Japan is the hero country. Not always, but often. Not always, but often. It's often the U.S. is the issue there. Thank you very much for the cheer. I appreciate that, Harold. Thank you. Oh, I hit the wrong button for that. I meant to hit this button. Cha-ching. Thank you very much, Harold. I do appreciate it. But in manhwa, which this is based on, it's based on a web novel, in South Korean comics, often the villain country is Japan because of their global history, their shared history. So often America is maybe like egregious in some ways, but they are often not the aggressor in conflict. It is usually Japan fucking up. And sometimes China, but often it is often an issue from Japan. So it'll be interesting to see if Solo Leveling, which started off as a webtoon and is in a manhwa and is now a produced in Japan anime, if they tone down Japan as the villainous country. We'll see what happens, but it wasn't the government, it was like the hunters from Japan were shitty, and so we'll see if they remain shitty. But that's always been an interesting thing. And that, a little bit of the push and pull as making some of those South Korean comics into anime has always been like, All right, I'll have to build the hand so that I can have them in there. But right now they live on the stand, which I think is cool. But they won't be able to live on the stand once I do some other cool shit and put on the butterfly effect part. And then also, I will have to put on the long extendo arms that go around the other cool effect part. Because I've got these fucking dope as hell effect parts to put on here. Got these goddamn butterfly wings, and I got this on there. So we won't use these for that. So we'll use these for the other photo. Because they will be cool as fucking hell in the other photo. Oh, I can do the extra arms thing. So I can do that first. Put on the extra arms. Yeah, because we can also, there are arm pieces here that we can use to extend the arms out. Wait, do we have those? Oh yeah, okay, they're there. And then those are the connectors, yeah. So we can also make the arms even longer if we want to do that, which I do want to do. So we will continue here. So we'll probably do the extendo arms and the flags on here, at least one of the flags or the poles, and then also I'll take a photo of that, and then I'll do the other effect parts because that's way more involved as well. But that's all stuff I'm going to be doing soon, because right now what's going to happen is the pause for the cause. I am going to talk to you, everybody, about ways that you can support the channel, various ways that you can help out with what I do around here. I'm going to actually lean back a little bit here. I'm going to mix things up and go like this and change things up a little bit here. Yes. So I am going to take a couple moments to talk about ways you can support what I do here. Everything I'm about to mention, the pause for the cause, yes, featuring the Pizza Hut cats, indeed. This is my opportunity to talk to you about ways that you can support the channel and what I do here. Everything I'm about to talk to you about is optional. You are under no obligation to do any of these things, but if you would like to help me out financially, you're more than welcome to. I welcome it, but I do not demand it. or of course require it. First and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber to the Build with Bear workshop, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe, the Tier 2 Blue emote in the chat. Being a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here through Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. So if you are interested in being or you are already a subscriber, you can just throw those emotes in the chat, and we would love to see them, like Nathan just did and Lashbrook. Appreciate you very much. Being a subscriber, again, you get cool emotes, you don't see ads, you don't see pre-roll ads, and you get to support what I do here, which is nice. Now, of course, I do have a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear, and over on my Patreon, you can support me at the $1, $3, $5, or $10 tier. There are different rewards for different tiers. Consider joining me on Patreon if that's how you would like to support what I do here. Again, optional. You don't have to do that if you want to. That'd be great. Again, there's some cool rewards. Check it out. Over on my YouTube channel, of course, I have subscriptions for free over at youtube.com/PatBear. You can subscribe there, see some of the videos that I make. That would be nice. Watching my videos helps me out. Also, you can become a member. And for just $2 a month, you get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday. So you get them a day early. You can see them before other people get to see them. That's a good little deal. So check that out if you'd like to. If you don't want to support me on a monthly basis, the idea of a monthly thing just is not in your bag, not in your wheelhouse. Well, what about a direct donation to my YouTube channel? Or sorry, not YouTube, to my PayPal or my Ko-Fi? You could make a direct donation there. And everything I make through direct donations through YouTube, which includes my AdSense, so watching videos helps me out, through Patreon, through Twitch, all goes into a fund. And I use that money from that fund to buy model kits to continue to build model kits. This kit that we are almost done with, we might complete tonight, I was able to pick that kit up because of your generosity. Past you is helping out present me. And if you want to help out future me, you can subscribe or somewhere. Now, the next thing I'm building, the Schwartz Ritter, is a kit that was purchased off my Amazon wish list by someone anonymously. I don't know who bought it because there was no notes and no one has come forward. If you would like to buy something for me to build on stream, much like the next thing I'll be working on, you can go to my Amazon wish list and buy something there. There's Lego sets and model kits, inexpensive things, expensive things, things that would take just one stream, things that would take weeks and weeks for me to build, all kinds of different things that I would love to work on. If you see something there you'd like to see me build, you can pick it up and I'll put it together. Yeah, some of these are some of the smaller things here would just take one stream to build. Some of them would take longer. There's Lego and model kits and all kinds of cool stuff. I got to go ahead and sort again by price because they kind of went all over the place. Lego is going up just kind of across the board. A bunch of things that I will be happy to work on if you see something there that you'd like to see me build. So take a look at it. And there's some gear at the bottom because it's always nice to have a gear option. Like if you just want to support, but you're like, I don't know, Pat, but I'll buy you this stand for your mobile suits because it's always good to have extra stands. Lord Crash wants to know if the anonymous person that bought the model kit I'll be working on next was a ghost. And as far as I know, no. I don't think it was. It could be. My alternative to Amazon, because I totally understand if you do not want to use Amazon, is Throne. I have a wish list on Throne. You could buy something there for me to build, or a gift card. If you're just like, I don't know, here, Pat, have this gift card. You can buy some snacks. That's another way to support me. And then, if you want to support me financially, Ghost Valve says probably not this time. Well, there you go. Ghost Valve says it's not Ghost Valve, I guess. Also, hi, Ghost Valve. USA Gundam store. If you want to support me financially in the most convoluted way possible, you go there. You buy a gift card. They will send you a whisper on Twitter. They will send you an email with the gift card code. Then you take that gift card code, copy and paste it to me in a whisper on Twitch or a DM on Twitter with that gift card code, and then I will use that gift card code to buy something from USA Gundam Store. You could also send me a message on Mastodon or Blue Sky if you wanted to. If you want to do that. But that is the easiest way to help me out in the most convoluted way. I have a Discord. If you haven't joined that, please join my Discord. Love to have you over there. Lots of cool people hanging out. I post build photos up at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on. It's a good little place. We'd love to have you over there on the Discord. And then a couple video links for you to check out. The latest episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club is actually Pat Bear's Manga Club, where I recommend 6 manga that have been completed. They're done, and they're also, every chapter is out in English. So if you want to marathon manga, here's some recommendations, and hopefully you'll like one of them. And then Kuma Baer. Kuma Baer is my weekly anime recommendation series all throughout the month of February. I'm doing romance anime, and so I've been talking about Komi Can't Communicate. Komi Can't Communicate is a lovely series that you should check out. It is a lovely little slow burn romantic comedy series about a girl that just doesn't have a good way of verbally expressing herself, and a guy who is determined to just be a good friend to her. And then other stuff happens, and there's wacky support characters and kind of a weird support character that I don't... There's always a creep, and there's a creep in there, and it's some weirdness, and then they also kind of abandon a lot of the minor characters to introduce another minor character that could be involved in a love triangle, perhaps. It's a good show. It's on Netflix. You should check it out. I have a manga to recommend and then an anime to talk about, and I will get into those things after I drink some water. I do have to adjust this back down to here because I'm going to be going back to this as we continue to build. But I did want to lean back in my chair a little bit because my back was bothering me because I did a lot of yard work today. Boo earns. Did a lot of yard work, and so I was just like, what if I didn't fucking deal with that for a second? Or what if I didn't lean forward in my chair like I do now? Anyway, I got a manga to chat with you about before we talk about some anime, and we'll get into that after I drink some water right now. All right. So while I build a hand here, I build a hand in order to hold one of these poles and then do an extendo arm on the other hole, or the other hand, I should say. We'll do this. While I do that, let's talk about a manga. Wait, is there double hands? Can I do? Oh, I can. Okay. Let's talk about a manga that I have been reading that I wanted to chat with you about, called The Oblivious Saint Can't Contain Her Power. Disgraced no longer. I'm finding happiness with the prince. So, our girl always felt like a failure. She never found the love. She found respect from her parents growing up, but never the love from her parents. And things just never really, just something was always missing in her life. And she was never quite sure what was the cause of that, but things just weren't right. But it was very clear that she was always being compared to her younger sister, who, even though she was supposed to be the saintess, was definitely the saintess. She was the failure of the family because she didn't really look like her parents, and she wasn't she just wasn't as vivacious and alive looking. And then people didn't think that she had the same kind of power that her sister had, even though she clearly does. And then so she gets arranged for a political marriage for another kingdom. And she's just like, well, my life is over because this political marriage is not going to go well because she's heard all these nasty rumors about this guy, that country is barbaric and he's a savage. And he's just like, she just kind of resigns herself to, all right, I'm just going to have a terrible life from now on. And this is what I get. And this is my lot in life. But of course, it's one of these series It's a banished series. So she's way more powerful than she gives herself credit for. And also, because it's got some romance elements to it, that guy fucking rules. He's great. And the whole place is excellent. The prince is great. The empress is just like, you seem so cool. Everything is just working out. And also, of course, you know, once they find out that, you know, things are great there, then there's the sister has these feelings of course, superiority, but then also she starts feeling like insanely, abnormally jealous of what her sister. Suddenly her sister shouldn't be succeeding. She should be the one succeeding. So of course, then there's all of that stuff, which always comes in there. But yeah, when she goes to that place and gets engaged to Prince Edward, he's just like, great. And also, she has to relearn how to take compliments and how to stop working as hard as she's been working. And, like, you know, accept their grace because they are like, wait, you're awesome. And she doesn't believe them because she's been broken and can't believe that stuff. So how would she be able to respond nicely to those things? It would be almost impossible for her to be gracious about those feelings, which is a bummer. But it's lovely. So in many ways, it's just like a very chill, lovely little series about that. And she does have powers that she just never assumed she did because she's been quietly helping people out in the background. So she did not fully understand her own abilities, which is, you know, kind of part and parcel for this type of series, but still understandable in her case. And she also kind of has to figure out how to be like, understand how to accept the grace and the help from people that care about her. And they don't just, her life isn't suddenly better. Like, her life is suddenly better, but her mentality isn't suddenly better. It takes her a little while to kind of figure some stuff out. And it does feel pretty natural as she's kind of trying to come to terms with suddenly being in a better environment. Yeah. And people are, also, there's some shit going on. There's some politics and some nonsense going on from her family back home, but also just within the country. Things aren't as we go into the second volume, things aren't like as chill as maybe originally presented. It's not necessarily that story. There's still other things going on that she does have to deal with. But she is striving to figure out those things. So, there's also a little subplot that we're just starting to peek into about like an assassination attempt on her that might involve a guy who is supposed to be protecting her, but maybe isn't good at the job. And that subplot has not really been expanded upon in where I left off, but maybe it will soon. Overall, I really enjoy this one. As I said, one of the things that really intrigued me about it is that it is attempting anyway to kind of be a little more natural about like how she wouldn't immediately be able to accept the love and grace that she is being given in this world, in this new reality of hers, and it's taking her a little while to adjust to it. But it's still good. It's still some good shit. And hopefully she'll overcome these issues she's having with her former family who have not gotten the fucking memo that she is actually a worthwhile person and they should have treated her with love and respect and just never fucking did. Because the person they put all their heart and soul behind is the one with the dark heart who maybe was siphoning off magic from her own sister. Consciously or subconsciously. But yeah, good story. The Oblivious Saint can't contain her power. Disgraced no longer. I'm finding happiness with the prince. It's a good one. It's a good one of those, and I like it. Pardon me. And now we'll talk about an anime. This episode of Dragon Ball Daima. Holy fucking shit, this episode of Dragon Ball Daima. As I panel line this, let's talk about this goddamn episode of fucking Dragon Ball Daima. Because some shit happened in this episode. Actually, I want to use gray here. Pardon me. Wrong color. So, at the end of the previous episode, a wish was granted. There was a wish with the dragon said in Namekian, and then the wish was apparently not necessarily what they had originally bargained for, because instead, Goku and everyone else returns to their regular age. Everyone that had been, their age had been changed, is now back to their normal age, and Vegeta is just like, okay, now that I'm back to my normal body, I want to fight that guy again. I want to fight Goma. So Goku's just like, yeah, all right. So Vegeta and Goma start fighting. Meanwhile, Aransu, who is kind of like, we didn't think had like alternative motives and is doing her own thing, talks with Glorio about the wish, and Glorio's like, hey, I'm so sorry for disobeying you. We find out that Aransu rescued Glorio in the past, and then Aransu fires Glorio, and he's just like, hey, thank you so much for helping me out all this time. Ku, one of the Majin Buu new versions of, says he's going to stay with Aransu. And then Goma and Vegeta are fighting. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 3 now in adult form instead of kiddie form. So that's fucking awesome. So we get to see that. Everybody thanks Glorio, who's now rejoined them, for like, hey, thanks so much for doing that. Real cool of you for making that wish and making us adult again. It is still awesome to see Vegeta in Super Saiyan 3. That just is cool, and especially in adult form. It's just neat as hell. This episode felt like they finally got some of that of the One Piece animation team, says Lashbrook. Yeah, I think they've just been working on this one for a couple weeks, and then so some weeks they just had their, they were cutting costs. I feel like, which is very Toei, to be like, this episode rules. The next couple are going to be not great animation-wise, which also was the case with Dragon Ball Super, because they'll just fix it for the Blu-ray, which sucks for people that are only going to watch the streaming version, but certainly has happened in the past. Vegeta runs out of the ability to use Super Saiyan 3. Aransu wants a book so she can look up information about the Oculus, which is and so then the Boos and Aransu join our hero squad. Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 runs out of juice, and then Aransu tells a fucking video game strat. There's no other way to describe this. It's just a video game strat. She's like, okay, so if you hit him in the back of the head 3 times in a row, the Oculus will pop out, which is just very silly. It is just a very silly thing to say. Okay, so we're right now. I am going to do a thing here where I am taking out I'm taking off the hands, the arms here, and I'm putting in extendos. We're going to put in some extenders here, because why wouldn't I have extra long dragon arms on the Dragon Gundam? Why would I not have this? I, of course, would have extra long arms on here. If I could, I would. So we'll put that on there. These poles do not. And we'll do like that. Extendo arm. And then we'll have to do the same thing on the other side. This looks cool as hell. It does somewhat limit posability on these, but not too much. So let me get this on there. Oh yeah, so we get the cheat code, and then Piccolo and Goku start talking about a plan. There's more fighting. Vegeta doesn't want to fucking give up because he's Vegeta, and so why would he want to give up? But thankfully, Bulma's just like, hey, come on. And it's not a long scene, but it's a little bit of a conversation between the two of them. And eventually he does, because apparently the plan that they hatch involves Goku becoming Super Saiyan 4. That's right. GT rears its ugly head. In a show that sometimes felt like GT without Pan doing bullshit, we now have Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This show is all over the fucking place. I wish there was a little bit more. Honestly, this episode fucking whipped ass. I think maybe I would want a little bit more of the Glorio Aransu conversation, which I understand is going to be tough. This episode looked really great. It was really solid. I had a great time watching this. And then we get fucking Dragon Ball Super Saiyan 4 Goku. It rules. What we haven't had is any fusion. That's the one thing we haven't had yet. I thought maybe we would have Vegeta and Goku fuse as Super Saiyan 3. Yes, I do think that Aransu, I wonder if Aransu lied. I wonder if that was a lie about the weak spot. I don't know. Let me just look up. No, that's not in there. Nope, it's not in there. Airing. Okay. I just want to look up Dragon Ball here. Oops. Sorry about that. Dragon Ball Daima. That was episode 19. Okay, so there are only 20. Apparently there are 20 episodes of Dragon Ball Daima. So next week is the finale of Dragon Ball Daima, or at least the first season of Dragon Ball Daima. But apparently next week is the last episode. I don't think we've ever had two fusions of the same time. No. Dirty ass, do the fusions ever fuse in Dragon Ball? So there's Vegito and Gogeta, and the earrings fusion is supposed to be permanent. That's what they said in Dragon Ball. No 4-person fusions. No, I don't think fusions can fuse. But so far there is the dance fusion, and then there is where you have to be very similar, and then there's the earring fusion, which anyone can fuse. And that's supposed to be permanent, but then isn't permanent, because eventually you can run out of magic power. And that one always felt weird. That felt like actually, I don't want to do this. Yes, I don't think Gogeta and Gotrunks could fuse together. Now, maybe Gogeta and Gotrunks, or Gotenk, was it? Yes, it's Trunks and Boo's innards undo that fusion. I don't remember, Lord Crashington. Maybe the earring fusion between two people fused would work and be permanent. I don't know. But also, they didn't want to have... They were never going to have Vegeta and Goku fused together forever. That just wasn't going to happen. Also, maybe they thought they might have Gohan and Goku do that, and that would have been weird. It would be real weird. Boo's stomach undoes fusions for reasons. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Sure. So I gotta panel line, or not panel line. I gotta photograph this before I photograph the other versions here. I forgot that this lighting is. Oh, there it goes. That's way better. Okay. All right, so we have extendo arm version. But yeah, that episode fucking whipped ass. That was cool as hell. Oh, well, let me show you this before we do other stuff here. But yeah, the finale's next week, and I'm going to have to figure out another anime to talk about on Saturdays. I mean, it won't be hard. I'll find something to talk about here. Oops. Because I'll probably talk about... let me delete this here. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll talk about Sakamoto days. Looking up fusions now, and the first search result comes up is Fat Gotenks. Yeah, yes, the non-perfect fusion where they were chubby. What did I want to? What was I about to look up? Oh yeah, Sakamoto Days episode 7, which I have not. I have not watched yet. That's going to be a thing. Yeah, I could maybe do Sakamoto Days now that I'm gonna, because what's been happening is I've been watching Dragon Ball Daima on Saturdays and also Solo Leveling, but I don't talk about Solo Leveling weekly. But I was like, oh well, maybe I'll just switch to watching Sakamoto Days on Saturdays eventually, because I've been doing Sakamoto Days and Zenshu. One of the, I don't know. I kind of stopped doing the watching multiple things consistently all the time thing, which I don't dislike, but there was a point, folks may remember that there was a point where I was reviewing 4 anime on like a Saturday. I would do like 4 episodes of an anime, and those notes were really short, and I have significantly reduced that number to 1 most streams. But I hope now I get to go more in depth, and I think I'm doing a better job with those by going more in depth. So I'm not hating on that. I don't hate that. All right, so we take off not just the extendo arms, but we take off the regular arms because we're putting on even longer extension arms here. We're going to finish this kit tonight, which I did not think we would, but we're going to wrap this up. So I need to put on effect parts. And now is also part of the stream where I want to hear from you, friends. What are you watching right now? What do you got going on? You reading anything? Did you go to the movies this weekend? What are you up to? What are you into? I always like to hear from you. As I said, I did a lot of yard work today, and my back is bothering me. It was in the 50s today, which is the warmest it's been in like a week and a half. So I took advantage of it being nice around here in order to do yard work. Got up on a ladder to trim some growths on the front palm tree. I raked and then swept up what I raked, and I got that done, and that's looking real good. And then I went for a long walk, and so that was nice. It was just nice to have a lot of that and do a lot of that stuff. But did have a lovely time. Look at this goddamn beautiful wings. Goddamn wings are gorgeous looking. So I did have a very lovely time getting stuff done. But now I'm paying for it because my back hurts, which is not great. I'll be reading what y'all wrote in just a second. Video game wise, I finished the whole game, a game about digging a hole. I don't know if I'll ever stream it again, but it was really fun and I did enjoy it. As far as the ending goes, not my favorite, but also reminder, that game cost $5 and was made in 2 weeks. Most of it was made in 2 weeks, and it was a $5 game, so I'm not too bummed. But I did enjoy getting into that thing and digging into it. I had a really good time with that video game. So that was a good time. I enjoyed playing that game. It took me a little while. Dirty wants to know how long it took me to get past the moles. I'm stuck on them. It took me a little while to figure out a route that would get me, that would allow me to get in where I needed to go and avoid the issues that I was running into. That did take me a little while to finesse my way through. I ended up like kind of coming in a different way than I had originally done. I basically gave up my original path and chose a different path. All right, now how do these... This is supposed to just snap in here. Is it supposed to just do that? Okay, it goes like that. Ooh, it just goes like that. And then this goes in to lock it in place. That is very easy. And then we can put this on here. Other than that, I'm still playing Hearthstone. I have a dragon deck that I'm trying out. I've been running this dragon deck because there were a couple new things that came in to make a druid dragon deck better. It's still not great, but it's pretty good. It does have some good ramp and some good monsters or dragons. So some good support. I don't think it's a great deck, but it's a fine enough deck. So I've been playing with that and mostly just hanging out in Hearthstone and waiting for the next major expansion, which comes out in a bit because this StarCraft expansion kind of came late for them. So I am looking forward to the next big expansion coming in, which will hopefully... I can't remember when it is, but it's fairly soon. And so I do look forward to that expansion. Because I like playing Hearthstone. We've been playing some Helldivers 2, my multiplayer crew, and I am enjoying Helldivers 2. That is still a very fun game with friends. We will probably get back into Marvel Rivals soon because we do like Marvel Rivals a lot. Because this is the crew that really likes Overwatch. So it makes a lot of sense that we're having a great time in Marvel Rivals since we are the Overwatch crew. It just makes a lot of sense for us to be super into it. I'm going to read what y'all been writing. Ghost Valve is still at MC Chicago. That's Magic Chicago. Tired as hell and resting. Well, I'm glad you had, you're resting. I hope you had a great time in Chicago for some Magic. I hope you saw some panels and you played a lot of Magic and you didn't buy too many dice you don't need, but some dice you don't need, and you had fun, and you saw some people and all kinds of things and things. I hope it was a good one, Ghost Valve. A Sad Fat Man says, just been working most of the day to beat a deadline. Hell yeah. I hear you, brother. Sometimes you just got to get that shit done, knock it out of the park. So I hope that's working out for you. And thanks for being here, of course. Harold has been streaming a bunch of NES games lately. Nice. Sometimes just an old game you like playing is the thing to do. Lord Crashton says, finally reached 32 degrees and we'll be up to 38 tomorrow before being in the 40s for most of next week. Hell yeah, love to hear that. Good for you. And Lashbrook says, yeah, it's nice to be above freezing and not have to run a faucet. That is really nice, yeah. Been getting back to American Truck Simulator, says Lord Crashington, to work on this Valentine's event, delivering gifts across the country. Ooh, that is fun. That's fun. I love that. Because you want to deliver your gifts, your Valentine's gifts. Because people need that shit. So that's fun. I like that. All right, we got a little panel lining to do here. Not too much, just a little bit. We do a little bit with the gray, just to kind of let these arms speak to us a little bit here. A little pop in these arms. There's not much, but we want to hit it with a little bit of something. Let's see. John, hey, John. Watched all of Macross 7 and Macross Frontier. Hell yeah. Been playing a little Marvel Rivals and Super Robot Tyson A. Nice. Yeah, I'm playing a bunch of a goddamn boatload of Marvel Rivals with people. And a lot of Helldivers too. And it's been good. I got a one-shot tomorrow that I'm running for my D&D crew. That I prepped for a lot yesterday, and that's looking good. That's going to be fun. Lord Crash says, I mostly just snuck a look at them and waited to... Oh, this is the moles. This is mole advice for them. Snuck a look at them and waited to run behind pillars while they were walking away from my spot. Yeah, you can bob and weave. Nathan Explosion finished season 1 of 100 Girlfriends, a good trash anime. The shy girl that talks in Texas speech is so adorable. I have not given that a shot. I've heard that is a good one of those, but I just think that myself, I'm kind of done with those kind of series. But if you are looking for one of them, I hear that's a good one of them. But again, just not my vibe right now. John also, Lashbrook says, wait. Okay, yes, sorry. Lashbrook says, I also played a game about digging a hole, got most of the achievements, and completely dug out the hole. I watched Guyver 2, and the action is a lot better than the first one, and David Hayter is an upgrade as protagonist, but everything else is downgrade. Well, there you go. I don't remember Guyver 2. I'm sure I watched it. After finishing that, I decided to start the Guyver anime for the first time. Yeah, all right. Hell yeah. Well, I hope you have fun with the Guyver anime. I remember liking that very much. But when I saw the Guyver anime, I don't think I saw it with a good fan sub. I think the fan sub I watched was not particularly great, so I hope you have better luck. John wants to play the whole digging game. Yeah, it was fun. I streamed it on Tuesday along with Super Sorry. I liked it. I didn't. I want to play more of it. I enjoyed my time with it. I'll probably go back to it a bit on my own. I'll find some time tomorrow. Again, I'm running a one-shot, so I'm excited about that with my D&D crew. Looking forward to playing that game with them. I think that'll be a good time. Because they're neat people, so it'll be nice to run a game with my friends who like running games. Let's see, I'm going to watch a wrestling show tomorrow that I'm very excited about, where it all took place. It's one long match that all took place on a express train in Japan. It was a sponsored event. It was not. They knew it was happening, but it is a tag match that takes place on a train, and I'm very excited about that because that shit is silly and stupid in a way that I really like. Lord Crash says there was an email on Nextlander where someone did a clean dig of the hole, and their conclusion was not to do that because too much work, and they all got all the upgrades before the first big mine shaft. So, John, the route is a what is it? A Shinkansen, and let's see. Let me look up the details here because I do have the details. So hold on. I believe it's the Shinkansen line. Let me look up. Yeah, Shinkansen. Let's see. This is now the second time. Okay, so the train left Tokyo Station. And where did it end up? It ended up near where they had a full show that night. Let's see. Bonus event for VIP passengers. And bonus surprise people. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I don't know the exact line. I know that they had a match that night in Osaka. So I think that's where the train ended up because wrestlers from that show on the train ended up in that show doing bits. Not wrestling a full match, but doing bits in the show, which is a fun, good bit of business. So probably the Nozomi line. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm sorry. Lasper says, oh yeah, there's no point to completely dig the hole out, but it scratches that power washing itch. Yes, I would say you don't want to do the whole hole. Yeah, you don't want to dig up all of the ground because you want to go low and get stuff that costs more money. You want to do the loop. There are speed runs of a game about digging a hole, and you could go and check out those speed runs if you are so inclined to see more about a game about digging a hole. You could do that. There is a glitch version and a no glitch version. And of course, spoilers, because it will complete the game. So, all right. So now I'm going to slot this into here. Oh yeah, I need to figure out, I have to make sure that I'm following this, because obviously so this is going to go like this. This is telling me this is the way to do it. That. There is a VR game called Dig VR that is about digging holes with a backhoe. Okay, nice. All right, and then this is going to fit in there. And then this fits in there. Oops. Oops. This is so bizarre. I mean, obviously this is a premium Bandai kit. You wouldn't, if they had mass produced this kit, you wouldn't get this ring. You wouldn't get this effect from the show, from the Dragon Gundam. But the fact that you can get this is wild and cool. I think this is rad as hell. And then I just need this piece here to make the connector. 28, 29, and 21. This is 21. And then 28 and 29 are these pieces here. Yeah. Okay. So then this goes into this piece here. And this goes into this piece here. And then this goes like that. And then this goes in front of the kit. And basically the arms shoot out and become like effect parts for the rest of the kit here. And it's wild and weird that this is the thing you can just do if you wanted to. Basically, the idea is that the dragon arms come out and become this symbol, and then a symbol shows up. I'll show it to you in a second, but this is the silly way to do it, I think. This seems like it has more extra stuff than most kids you do. So, John, Wu Fei as a boy is the worst boy, yes. But his Gundam are not I mean, the Nanaku is up there. The Nanaku looks so fucking good. But his Gundam is way higher up than he is because I don't like the Sandrock. But as a guy, yeah, Wu Fei is the worst because he's a fucking sexist weirdo. And I don't like him. But his Gundam's very good. Yeah, Lord Crashing, there is more extra stuff here, but then remember, the Maxter Gundam has a surfboard, right? Like, the Rose Gundam had all of the Rose Gundam had all of the many things that could plug in there to have the pedals that launched, and it had a wide variety of stuff that went all around the base. So all of the three so far have had a lot of extras. This one has the most effect parts extras, but all of them have had good amount of extras. Like, the Maxter didn't need to have the goddamn, in my opinion, the Maxter did not need to have the goddamn surfboard. It's great that it did. All right, so this is how it looks here. If you do the effects parts, you imagine that these dragon arms have come off and spiraled around. And that's really fucking cool. And unnecessary, but also fucking cool. So that's the Gundam. That is the end of this Gundam. I have to take a photo of this. I'm going to take a photo of this here now. Why not? This is the Dragon Gundam. It's fucking awesome. Cool effect parts. So I got that piece, and then I got the extendo arms. Yeah, so this has got a lot going on. It's very fucking cool. I think the wings are fucking rad as hell. All these effect parts are awesome. This was a pleasure to build. Let me just clean up a little bit here. Lots of extra cool parts. Happy I got to work on it. Feeling blessed about this. The next thing that we'll be working on is the Swartz Ritter. So we'll look at that. We're not going to start the Swartz Ritter tonight, but we can talk about it. Let me get my stuff down. Let me find the box I need. Here is the Swartz Ritter. It is cool looking. This came from my Amazon wish list. It is black. This is from Gundam Build Fighters. What is it called? Amazing Ready, which is the sequel manga to Gundam Build Fighters Amazing, which is a manga. There is a kit from that, which I think is called the Cathedral Gundam. This is the dark version of the Cathedral. So it's mostly a kit that had already come out, was just like revamped. So this is a 2017 kit. It is a kit. It is the main villainous kit from a manga sequel to a manga, which was the continuation of Build Fighters. So pretty obscure, but looks rad. It does have the 2 small swords become 1 big sword, which I love. Yeah, it's got the fugal swords. And it's not going to require a lot of panel lining. This will be some panel lining. At least one of these colors is probably a sticker. The gold is going to require some panel lining, but none of the black will need anything, obviously. So, and the gold looks pretty good. Gold looks good. Oh, there is red. That's nice. I can't remember how many stickers there are for this. Oh, a bunch of gray. So it looks like gray, which we would probably panel line. A lot of our stickers are a couple pieces of black here to cover up and a lot of gray stickers. Not the best, but yeah, some of our color will be that, which is not the worst thing in the world. Not mad about that. And that we're going to start on Monday, because this is the end of the stream. I'm going to wrap things up here. Oops, box flipped away from me. So yeah, I'll figure that all out for Monday. But right now, I'm gonna hit the intro. Go to the intro screen here. Because we're gonna wrap things up, we are gonna go raid. I'm gonna watch some wrestling because I hear there's at least one cool announcement that happens on Collision that I want to see. A thing that I have been waiting for is happening, apparently. Teased at least, so we'll check that out. As John says, we always end with a raid. We're gonna go find someone doing cool shit out there that we want to go spend some time with, so we can go give them some love. Who is that? I don't know yet. We're gonna figure that out because it's Saturday. Who are we gonna go raid? Let's see. We could go to Giant Bomb Forever, but I'd rather go see an actual person. No problem. A sad fat man. Happy to. Let's see, how long has this person been going? Giant Bomb Forever is always there until the person who's running it decides they want to stop. We're going to go hang out with my friend Liz. Liz is playing some retro games and playing a bunch of stuff, so we'll go hang out. Liz is awesome. We raided her a bunch, so we'll go hang out with Liz. I hope you will come along on this raid because it will be fun. Liz is good people, says John. Indeed, you're right. So let's see. So thanks everybody for joining me here tonight. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Hope you come along on this raid. I hope you will come back on Monday when I start a new model kit, because that's always fucking fun. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I will see you on the next stream. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.